The morning mist clings to the red brick facades of Detroit's industrial heartland as the first rays of dawn pierce through the smokestack silhouettes. It's 1974, and the city pulses with the rhythmic heartbeat of American manufacturing. The Ford Rouge complex stretches before us like a steel cathedral, its towering smokestacks reaching toward a sky painted in shades of amber and rust. The acrid scent of coal smoke mingles with the metallic tang of hot steel, creating an olfactory symphony that speaks of honest work and industrial pride. As the factory whistle pierces the morning air with its haunting wail, hundreds of workers emerge from the surrounding neighborhoods, men in worn denim jackets and steel-toed boots, their lunch pails swinging rhythmically at their sides. Their faces, weathered by years of honest labor, carry the determined expression of craftsmen who understand their role in building America's automotive legacy. Steam rises from their coffee cups as they gather at the factory gates, their breath visible in the crisp Michigan air, creating small clouds that dissipate like whispered prayers to the gods of industry. The massive steel doors of Plant B swing open with a thunderous groan, revealing the cathedral-like interior where V8 engines are born. The ceiling soars 40 feet above, supported by riveted steel beams that echo with the sounds of productivity. Fluorescent lights cast long shadows across the concrete floor, creating a chiaroscuro effect that transforms ordinary workstations into stages where mechanical ballet unfolds. Here, in this temple of American ingenuity, the 351 Cleveland V8 engine begins its journey from raw materials to roaring powerhouse. The air thrums with anticipation as workers take their positions along the assembly line, a choreographed dance that has been perfected through decades of automotive evolution. Each man wears the standard-issue navy blue work shirt with Ford embroidered in white letters across the chest pocket, their sleeves rolled up to reveal forearms marked by the honest calluses of skilled labor. The engine block arrives on the overhead conveyor system like a metallic sculpture seeking its soul. Cast from molten iron in the foundry next door, it still carries the faint warmth of its birth, its surface rough and porous, waiting for the transformative touch of human hands. Jimmy Rodriguez, a 20-year veteran with graying temples and eyes that sparkle with mechanical wisdom, guides the 200-pound block onto his workstation with the gentle precision of a surgeon handling a patient's heart. His weathered hands, stained permanently with the honest grime of engine oil and metal shavings, begin the delicate process of bore inspection. Using a gauge that gleams like a jeweler's tool, he measures each cylinder with the reverence of a priest conducting communion. The tolerance is measured in thousandths of an inch, a precision that speaks to the marriage of human skill and mechanical excellence that defines this era of American manufacturing. The rhythm of the line is hypnotic, almost musical. The pneumatic hiss of air tools creates a percussion section, while the metallic clink of wrenches provides the melody. Workers move with the fluid grace of dancers, each motion economical and purposeful, honed by thousands of repetitions into something approaching art. There's no wasted movement here, no unnecessary flourish, just the pure efficiency of men who have found their calling in the marriage of steel and combustion. At Station 7, Big Mike Thompson, a mountain of a man whose massive hands seem impossibly gentle when handling delicate engine components, begins the installation of the crankshaft. The forged steel shaft, weighing nearly 60 pounds, gleams under the factory lights like a medieval sword awaiting its destiny. Mike's movements are deliberate and respectful as he lowers the crankshaft into the engine block, the metal singing softly as it settles into its bearing journals, with the satisfying precision of a key finding its lock. The connecting rods come next, each one a marvel of metallurgical engineering that will soon translate the explosive power of gasoline into the rotational force that moves America down its highways. Tony Kowalski, whose Polish grandfather worked these same floors during the war years, attaches each rod with the methodical precision of a clockmaker. His fingers, thick as sausages but surprisingly nimble, guide the rod bolts into place, while his eyes, pale blue and sharp as winter ice, monitor the torque specifications that will determine whether this engine purrs like a contented cat or roars like a caged lion. The cylinder heads arrive from the machining department like crowns awaiting their coronation. These aluminum castings, still warm from their final machining operations, carry the intricate passages that will channel coolant and oil through the engine's circulatory system. Each head weighs 40 pounds and contains a labyrinth of precisely machined ports and chambers that represent decades of engineering evolution. Carlos Mendoza, whose steady hands have installed thousands of these heads over his 15-year career, applies the head gasket with the care of an artist laying gold leaf. The gasket itself, a marvel of material science made from layers of steel and composite materials, will seal the combustion chambers and ensure that the controlled explosions within remain exactly where they belong. His movements are fluid and confident, guided by muscle memory and an intuitive understanding of how metal wants to behave when properly coaxed. The valve train installation begins with the camshaft, a precisely ground shaft of hardened steel whose lobes will orchestrate the breathing of this mechanical heart. Each lobe is ground to exacting specifications, its profile determining exactly when and how far each valve will open, controlling the engine's ability to inhale the fuel-air mixture and exhale the spent gases. The camshaft slides into place with a whispered sigh, its bearings already lubricated with the golden oil that will keep this engine running for hundreds of thousands of miles. 16 push rods follow, each one a slender steel wand that will transfer the camshaft's rotational motion to the rocker arms above. These seemingly simple components are marvels of precision engineering, their length critical to proper valve timing, their straightness essential to smooth operation. They slide into place like arrows finding their quiver, ready to dance their mechanical ballet for years to come. The rocker arms themselves are small masterpieces of cast iron and steel, their fulcrum points polished to mirror brightness. Each one will rock back and forth millions of times over the engine's lifetime, opening and closing valves with the precision of a Swiss timepiece. The installation requires both strength and delicacy. Enough force to compress the valve springs, enough finesse to ensure perfect alignment. As the morning progresses into afternoon, the factory floor takes on an almost sacred quality. Shafts of sunlight stream through the high windows, illuminating motes of metal dust that dance in the air like industrial snow. The workers' faces, now glistening with honest sweat, reflect the satisfaction of craftsmen who understand their role in creating something greater than the sum of its parts. The intake manifold installation marks a crucial milestone in the engine's journey. This aluminum casting with its graceful curves and precisely machined surfaces will distribute the fuel-air mixture to each cylinder with the efficiency of a master chef serving a perfect meal. The gaskets that seal this critical component are applied with the reverence due to something that will determine whether this engine runs smoothly or struggles with the automotive equivalent of asthma. The exhaust manifolds follow, their cast iron construction, designed to withstand the searing heat of combustion gases, while channeling them away from the engine with maximum efficiency. These components, heavy and substantial in the hand, represent the engine's ability to breathe out the products of its internal fire, clearing the way for the next cycle of power production. As the afternoon light begins to slant through the factory windows at a lower angle, painting the workspace in golden hues reminiscent of a Renaissance painting, the final components find their places. The oil pump, water pump, and distributor are installed with the same careful attention to detail that has characterized every step of this mechanical birth. Each component is torqued to specification, each connection verified, each system tested to ensure that this engine will serve its eventual owner, with the reliability that has made Ford a household name. The completed engine, now a symphony of steel and aluminum, cast iron and precision machining, sits on the final station like a newborn awaiting its first breath. The test technician, a quiet man named Robert Chen, whose gentle demeanor belies his encyclopedic knowledge of engine behavior, connects the final sensors and prepares for the moment of truth. First, fire. The starter motor engages with a mechanical whir, turning the crankshaft for the first time under its own power. Oil pressure builds, coolant begins to circulate, and then, with a cough that quickly smooths into a steady rumble, the engine comes alive. The sound is primal and satisfying, a mechanical heartbeat that speaks of power waiting to be unleashed, of highways yet to be traveled, of families yet to be transported safely to their destinations. But even as we witness this moment of mechanical birth, the edges of our vision begin to blur, the sounds of the factory floor growing distant and dreamlike. The workers' faces, so vivid and real moments before, start to fade like photographs left too long in the sun. The smell of hot metal and machine oil gives way to something indefinable, the scent of time itself, perhaps, or the bittersweet aroma of progress that leaves the past behind. The factory whistle sounds again, but now it seems to come from across an impossible distance, calling us back to a present where such craftsmanship exists only in memory and museums. The golden light streaming through the windows grows brighter, more ethereal, until it seems to wash away the very walls that contain this cathedral of American manufacturing. We find ourselves standing once again in the modern world, surrounded by the sterile efficiency of computer-controlled assembly lines and robotic precision. Yet somewhere in our hearts, we carry the echo of that vanished world, a place where engines were born through the marriage of human skill and mechanical precision, where craftsmen took pride in work that would outlast their own lives, where the rumble of a V8 engine represented not just transportation, but the very heartbeat of American industrial might. The memory lingers like the ghost of exhaust fumes on a summer evening, filling us with a profound longing for something we never experienced but somehow remember. A time when making things with your hands was not just a job, but a calling, and when the roar of an engine carried within it the dreams and aspirations of an entire nation on the move.
Oh, before you go, if this video made sense to you, subscribe to the channel. This helps YouTube deliver this content to even more people. Also, leave your like. It's essential for our growth here on the platform. And if you want to support us even more, Super Thanks is right below and helps directly with the production of new content. Comment here where you're from. And thank you for watching us until the end. See you in the next video.